Hello friends, my name is Nikhil and in this video I'm going to talk about GTA Vice City. This was one of my most favorite games and it still is one of my favorite games, and this is the one that introduced me to the world of open world games. I started playing this game quite late. I remember I played this game in 2008, which at that time even GTA 4 had released, so that was a bit odd for myself, being a gamer. I had heard about this game, but I never actually played it. Before this, I had played games like NFS Underground 2, Midtown Madness, Road Rash, and all this. So I had never played a game wherein you would experience a player and an open world environment as such. So that was a unique factor to me. Right from the menu screen, this game has a very unique menu screen, you could say. When you select an option, start, options, or exit, there's this random shape that comes along with it. That's that green box, and if you switch between the menu options, that shape changes randomly. So that was a cool thing. Even the menu screen was quite good. And then the game starts, wherein you are shown a narrative cutscene of this immigrant Tommy Vercetti coming to have some kind of business arrangement in there. And then after the cutscene, you have this Tommy Vercetti in a lane, and you have to take that scooter to go to the mission location. So the other interesting thing about this game that I personally loved is that this game gives you a freedom to go and do whatever you want. Like, you can either stick to the mission, complete the game as it goes, or you can just explore the city as it is. And at that time, the map of this game was extremely huge. Like, personally to me, since I had not played San Andreas or GTA 4 also, that for that matter, by that time, to me this game felt huge. It was this entire island of Vice City, and when you start the game, you are restricted to just one area of the island. That kept me driving. I didn't really want to go on the mission side because I was so much in love with the entire Vice City island. But because I wanted to just, you couldn't just go from one island to the other, because Tommy was that he couldn't swim in this game. If you go into the water, he would just drown out. So I really wanted to explore the entire map. And so for that reason, and that reason alone, I started playing all the missions. And as I progressed through the game, I fell in love with the mission storyline as well, because it's more like it's more like you are living your own gangster life, which felt cool. Because at that time I was also watching a lot of movies like Scarface, Godfather movie, and I really wanted to get into the shoes of all those gangsters and kick some ass. So that was a really interesting thing. Also, one more thing that I observed was this game's storyline, or perhaps the entire uh, appearance or the theme felt more like Scarface the movie. If you haven't seen the movie yet, I would recommend you to watch it. It's a great movie by Al Pacino starring in it, and most of the game's theme seems very similar. Even the Diaz mansion, the huge mansion at the end of the game, which you own it, that is heavily inspired from Scarface the movie. Much of the game's theme is inspired from a lot of cult movies of that era or before that era, and it felt really relaxing to play the game because there's no restriction put on you as such that you have to abide by the rules or go do this, go do that. That level of freedom was amazing to have in this game, and that is one of the main reasons why the game did well even before this. GTA 3 offered you that kind of freedom, GTA 2 offered that freedom, GTA 1 offered that freedom. That is where this game grew on to be what it is today. And today we have GTA 5, which offers you another level of freedom, but I will talk about that game in a separate video. In this game, I particularly want to focus on GTA Vice City. What was it good at? What was it bad at? I think overall the game was amazing, as I've been repeating for the last I don't know how many minutes. But the one negative thing of this game, I don't know if I should call it negative or frustrating, was the mission Demolition Man. Yes, I know, even you must be frustrated. If you have played Vice City, each and everyone complains about this mission. I had uploaded a photo on Facebook, and it got a lot of angry smiley faces on it because people were extremely frustrated with this game and they really hated because you just couldn't get to complete that. You couldn't handle that RC helicopter properly, and even I personally couldn't complete this mission after like even 25-50 times. I don't remember. I was really frustrated, and to be honest, I used cheats in order to complete this mission because it was really frustrating me out completely. The other really interesting fact about this game was, or not fact actually, the other really interesting thing about this game was its mods, because you could heavily mod this game and turn this into a completely entirely different game. I remember I had done this, and the fun part is that I made this modded version of Vice City and I burnt it into a CD. I remember going to the nearest local shop and trying to pitch them this game. Unfortunately, yes, they rejected it because I couldn't, rip off an entire game and sell it as a separate copy. But that was one experience of mine. And then one fine day, what happened was one of my friend came over to my place, and that I showed him this game that I had made. So he liked the game, and what he suggested me at that time would later on turn on to be my own game development company. He asked me one simple question, that if you can mod a game, why not make a game of ourselves? So that was the moment, and this game inspired me to start my own gaming company. So that is why this game is extremely special to my heart, and till this date I love this game because I just sometimes, if I want to relax or something, I just turn on this game. I have it installed on my other laptop, so I don't really go on to the missions because I've completed the entire game. And although what I do is I just start the game and start playing and start doing those stunts, or maybe even sometimes perhaps find hidden trophies or something. So I really love this game a lot, and Grand Theft Auto Vice City feels like feels like you are on a holiday, and so this game is based on heavy Florida or something, some kind of beach, Florida or Miami, I don't know, but that game really gives you a holiday kind of feel because you have a beach, you have these shiny hotels. Yeah, that is Miami, right? Miami has all the neon hotels and stuff. So I don't know, is Florida in Miami? I'm sorry, my geography is quite weak, sorry. I don't know. Is it? Who cares? The game is awesome. Like, it is one of the greatest examples and perhaps one of the greatest games ever made for that decade, right? And spoiler alert, if you haven't completed this game yet, then I will say that the end part of the game, Lance betraying you, that story arc felt like a huge blow to you because it was totally unexpected, and you kind of liked Lance as a person because he was helpful, he was supportive, he did whatever you wanted to do, and it felt like you were betrayed. You were actually betrayed, and that really made an emotional impact because by the end of the game, you had to just shoot all the goons that were coming onto you, and that really stressed me out. Like, how could Lance do this? Because he was there by your side all along the game. So that was a huge blow to me, and after the game was completed, I felt so liberated. But ironically, I had started this game out just as an exploration to explore Vice City. But once the game ended, I realized there's nothing much to do because you have so much money. You've bought out essentially the entire Vice City island. You have properties which generate cash for you. You can get to any car you want because you don't have to spend money to buy a car. You can just hijack a car or something. So there was nothing left to do in the game, and eventually I got bored out because it felt empty. Something was missing, and that part was covered in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, which I will talk about in my next video. So be sure to subscribe to my channel to get that video. I hope you guys liked this video. This is my first time without a script. If you liked it, do press the like button and comment your views on this. I'll be making more such videos, so don't forget to like my Facebook page. I keep all my updates over there, and follow me on Instagram. Subscribe to me on YouTube. Thanks for watching. Goodbye. Have a nice day.